Hi folks, Foxy here again to share with you my passion for the art of short fiction. In addition to making video essays, I am a professional writer specializing in fiction and screenwriting, and I'm the editor at Anomalous Transmissions Media, where we spotlight horror, sci-fi, and adventure stories from trans, non-binary, and gender-diverse writers. You can find our first sci-fi collection, Rumble and Grow, on Amazon, links in the description. And I'm just putting the finishing touches on a horror collection called Slasherfic Gothic that'll be available just in time for Halloween. Very excited. I have some longer essay content coming, but this has been front and center in my life for the last 6 weeks, so I figured that I would lean into it and make a video about why I care so much about supporting short fiction as an art form. Short fiction is the oft-maligned redheaded stepchild of the writing game. But if you look at my dating history, that is exactly what I'm into. All jokes aside, it's frequently seen as a tiresome stepping stone in the career of a professional writer, with the ultimate goal of becoming a rock star novelist. Short stories are those awkward things that you wrote in high school or college creative writing class and cringe about in retrospect. They're a hard sell. The realm of amateurs. Which is all a very unfair way to treat such an important weapon in the writer's arsenal.
A short story is the ultimate close-up magic trick. A couple thousand words to take you around the universe or break your heart.
Thank you, Neil Gaiman. Not actually Neil Gaiman. Short fiction is a distinct art form, and in the hands of a master, it can be as powerful as an epic novel. The Mona Lisa is no less a masterwork than The Last Supper just because it's an intimate portrait up against a giant mural. It was probably sometime in high school when I first started to appreciate the difficulty of writing a compelling story in the confines of a couple thousand words. Short fiction is a test of skill that demands brevity, clarity, and artistic precision, but it's also a place to take risks and experiment with different forms of storytelling. It's the perfect medium in which to hone one's craft as a writer. Even though I write lots of long form now, I always enjoy whetting my skills with a short story.
When seriously explored, the short story seems to be the most difficult and disciplining form of prose writing extant. Whatever control and technique I might have, I owe entirely to my training in this medium. Truman Capote?
Not actually Truman Capote. I mentioned earlier that I'm a screenwriter. I studied screenwriting at Vancouver Film School. I've written a number of feature-length scripts, and I've adapted some stories into screenplays in the process. In my experience, it's way, way, way easier to adapt a piece of short fiction for the screen than it is to adapt a novel. There's a reason that novels have a reputation for being better than the movie. And that's a topic for another video, but it's primarily because you almost always need to chop a novel down to fit the feature film format. On the other hand, there are numerous examples of short stories and novellas that fit quite comfortably as feature-length films or 1-hour-long television episodes. There's a symbiotic relationship between the world of print fiction and the world of cinema, and short stories are a vital part of that ecosystem. Partnering with filmmakers to adapt their work is a great way for writers to reach a wider audience, and a healthy supply of good short stories should excite any film fan. Collaboration and community are very important to me as an artist, which is a big reason I'm so passionate about putting together collections of short fiction. Not only are they an opportunity to help other writers, they're also a great vehicle for getting diverse perspectives around a single theme, world, or genre. Every author brings their own take and style, and the collaboration leads to a lot of new ideas. I love putting together genderqueer short story collections specifically because I get to be part of a really rare and unique slice of human culture, working in one of my favorite mediums, and helping introduce the voices of marginalized writers to a wider audience. Short fiction is also a great way for readers to discover new authors to explore. I can pick up a book and, in a single afternoon, read a half-dozen unique stories from a half-dozen different writers. It'll often feel as satisfying as having read a novel, only without the time commitment. Which brings me to my last reason you should support short fiction. Novels are a commitment. I read a Kim Stanley Robinson novel this summer, and while it was great, it took months to get through. In a world of social media scrolling, on-demand streaming, and 10-minute YouTube videos, most people don't have it in them to carve out that kind of time for their entertainment. But spending 20 minutes with a short story on the bus or before bed is much more appealing. I've definitely had people tell me that my short stories have gotten them back into reading again, and that's always a great thing to hear. I could talk about this forever, so I'm going to leave it off here. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more of my essays on media culture, and maybe leave a comment telling me some of your favorite short stories. To get you started, two of mine are The Blog at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay and classic The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. I'm a sucker for human versus nature stories. Love them. If you want to support my writing directly, you can buy a copy of one of our books, links below, or consider becoming a Fox Tales patron and get access to my early drafts and unproduced screenplays, among other perks. Monthly donations help me towards my goal of full-time creative work, which means more stories and more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon.